This is the plaintiff, Jerome Weiser. He says he hired the defendant to seal his driveway, and the hack botched the job. He didn't properly clear the driveway of debris and dirt, and less than a month later, there were plants sprouting up through the cracks. The pathetic defendant refuses to give him a refund, even though he did a half-baked job. And that's why he's suing for the $267.50 he's owed. This is the defendant, Scott Hagee. He says he sealed the plaintiff's driveway for a fraction of the price he normally charges because the guy reminded him of his grandpa and he wanted to give him a break. A few months after the job, in the dead of winter, the plaintiff called to tell him some of the sealant was flaking off. He told the defendant he'd come fix it in the spring because you can't use sealant in the winter. The guy threw a temper tantrum, and here they are. He's accused of a subpar tar.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff hired the defendant to seal his driveway. The job was awful. The defendant says the guy got what he paid for, and he's not responsible for winter. It's the case of not sealing the deal.
Okay, Mr. Weiser, you are suing Mr. Hagee. You've asked us not to mention the name of your company. We'll respect that, for $267.50 that you paid them to do a sealant job on your driveway, which, according to you, was not done correctly. Tell me what happened.
The driveway was to be sealed because it had been laid down about 18 months before, and the sealing, the coat was to be applied on the following morning. And
how'd you find him in order to pick him to do this?
He was a friend of a fellow poll worker.
Oh, you're a poll worker?
I'm a poll worker.
Okay.
And I thought he was trustworthy.
Okay.
But the thing is, he disproved it because the job was not done properly, all right. But at the same time, his business card includes that he includes power washing. And had he washed the eroded soil off my driveway, we wouldn't be here today.
How do you know that that happened?
Because when you see these pictures that I have.
Thank you, sir.
You had just had it blacktopped when?
About 18 months before.
Okay. How much did you pay him?
$267.50, I believe.
What is this a picture of? Something on top of it or growing out of it?
That was growing up through the asphalt. Prior to that, the driveway was unblemished.
Okay. So what happened here?
I went to his house and we gave him a price on sealing the driveway. It was in October.
Is that kind of late in the season?
Yeah, it is late in the season. He wanted it done. I told him that it was a little late in the season.
What's the danger of doing it late in the season?
Late in the season is sometimes it doesn't cure right. And when he did tell me that he was very happy with the driveway when it burst.
No, when you told him, I can't do it now because it won't cure right, what did he say?
He said we could do it, and I said, all right, we'll do it. And
did he ever tell you you can't do it in October because it won't cure right?
No.
Okay, did you have that in writing from him?
No.
Warned him that?
No,
okay.
I didn't.
And what's your profession? What is your?
This is part of my profession. I do landscaping and construction.
Okay. Are you licensed? Or,
yes, I am.
For what, landscaping?
Yes, landscaping and construction.
And you have a general contractor's license?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. So go ahead.
Okay, and we did the job. He was very happy with it when we got done. He actually gave my worker a tip. We were talking to him after the job was done. He called me several days later and said he wasn't happy. I told him he would have to wait.
Did he say why?
Yeah, he said he just wasn't happy. I forget exactly why. It's been a while. And I told him that I would take care of him in the spring. I'm a man of my word. I was going to take care of him in the spring, but he decided to take me to court here today. And
did you ever go back and look at it to see?
Yes, I did.
And what did you see that he might be complaining about?
A couple spots came up over the winter. I mean, we had a rough winter. When I did tell him I would make good in the spring, and come back and redo the driveway for him.
Right.
At my cost.
Right.
Not that he had to pay me again. It would have been my cost,
Right.
but he had to wait till the spring.
Right.
Because I wanted to do it in the springtime.
Right. You wanted to do it when it would cure correctly.
Most certainly.
Except for that, I think he kind of relies on you to figure out whether it's going to cure correctly now or whether it's a waste of his $267.50. And I understand, that you're saying, I'll wait, 8 months and I'll do it over. But some people don't want to wait 8 months,
I understand that. He never asked me for the money back at that juncture.
He didn't ask for the money back?
He didn't ask for any money back at that juncture.
When did he ask for money back?
Well, apparently now.
Okay.
So if the defendant knew that the job would probably not be done well in winter, should he have done it even if the customer wanted him to?
No,
Because?
he's a professional.
Okay, but suppose the customer says, I really want it. Should he still say no?
He should put it in the contract and then say, it's in my contract that if this goes bad, it's on you.
You are a smart woman going inside the courtroom.
Just curious, did you ever tell him, I want my money back? You guys didn't do a good job?
No, I didn't, because when the day that he was supposed to start, he said he'd be there at 9 o'clock in the morning. I waited past 11 o'clock and I hadn't heard from him. I did not get a phone call. I didn't get anything, and I drove away because I had other things to do. And the thing is, when I did arrive home again, both he and the helper were working on the driveway, coating it. All right. And the thing is, even though I had left a sign on my front door, do not
say a sign,
do
you
the
mean
job.
a note, right? Yeah. And he didn't see that. And then you authorized the work to finish, and you paid him, and you paid him a tip. But I have a question for you, and I mean no disrespect. How old are you?
I'm a senior.
I believe you came to court recently with. Are you a World War II veteran?
Yes, I am.
Which would put you in the
I'm in the late 80s.
late 80s category. God bless you. I thought that was World War, and
I've been blessed with good health.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe I'm seeing in the flesh someone who was there. Because that's rare nowadays.
And the thing is, my family suffered a great deal in World War II.
Yeah, my husband's family did too. He lost an uncle. An uncle ended up institutionalized the rest of his life. Yeah.
My brother was a prisoner of war. He was shot down on his 10th mission. Mm. And he was in Stalag 17.
Oh.
The family, we had it hard.
Right. Right. Okay, has nothing to do with the case. But I'm sorry. I just can't have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, has nothing to do with the case, but let's talk about the case.
No, that's all right.
I know, honey. I think that I don't doubt you for 1 second that you would have been back in the spring. And that might work for me, but it might not work for somebody else.
I understand.
That's the problem. And, but I do not doubt you a second that you're a man of your word. The thing is that maybe the mistake was in doing it in October when it might not cure, because I think that you agree that didn't work. So I am going to order the return of the $267.50 verdict for the plaintiff. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Well, the judge didn't rule for him just because he's a World War II veteran. She ruled on the law, and what's your reaction to losing this case?
I think he's entitled to, whatever
Okay.
whatever the judge said.
Okay, fair enough. All right, around the corner that way. All right, and here's a member of the greatest generation right here. Your reaction to winning this case?
It's good, but if the job wouldn't have been right, we wouldn't even be here today.
We got to meet the judge.
She's delightful.
Harvey?
It's real simple. If you're a professional, you shouldn't do something you know isn't going to work.